Hi, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. So from this video onwards in our coming videos, we will be discussing about set. So set is also considered as one of the important data structures in Python. So let us go ahead and start this video by knowing the introduction about this particular set, and after that we will know how to create set. So sets are very important. Watch the video till the end and continue this particular set course in the next videos. So let us start with the introduction. So set is a unordered collection. So we have seen in our previous videos about different data structures, right? We have seen a list, we have seen tuples. So those are ordered collections, which means we can access the elements by the indexing. So sets are considered as unordered collection, which means sets does not follow any order while creating or while anytime. Sets does not follow any order. So because of that reason, sets are considered as unordered collection. So as sets are considered unordered collection, so indexing and slicing does not possible with sets. So we cannot access the elements using indexing. We cannot slice the elements using index operation. We cannot access elements inside of the set by any case by using indexing. So set does not allow duplicate elements. One more important concept regarding set is that in sets we cannot have any duplicate elements. Rather, when we consider different data structures such as list and tuple, we can have duplicate elements, right? So if you wanted to have elements, a set can be useful when you don't want the duplicate elements. Set automatically remove all the duplicate elements inside of the set. So one more important consideration is that heterogeneous elements are allowed. So we can have the different data types of elements in the set, but we cannot have the duplicate elements. These are very important two concepts we have. We can have different data type of elements, but we cannot have the duplicate elements. Duplicate means a element is repeating more number of times. Let's say I have 10 in my set. I cannot have 10 one more number of times. I cannot have 10 two times. I only can have 10 only single time. That is what the removing of duplicate elements. We cannot have duplicate elements. We can have only unique elements in the set. So one more thing is that set is mutable, which means when once we create the set at any time based on the requirement, we can change the element inside of the set. So I hope you can able to understand. List is also considered as mutable and tuple is considered as immutable. We have seen in our previous videos about tuple, we cannot change the elements of the tuple when once it is got created. But in sets, when once we created, we can change the elements of the tuple whenever we wanted. So apart from that, one more important thing that what we have is that this particular we can apply mathematical operation. We can apply some of the mathematical operations like union, intersection, difference. Like this, we have some of the operations that we can perform on this particular sets that we will be seeing in our coming videos. So all of these concepts explained in this introduction video, we will see all of this concept more clearly in our coming videos. So in this video, what we will be discussing about is that we will be discussing one more concept, which is creation of a set. So how we can create a set. So set is represented with this particular curly brace. So by using this curly brace, we can mention whatever the elements that we want inside of this particular set, and we can able to create this particular set. Let's say I wanted to create a set using this particular 10. So in this set, I am having 10, right? So I will consider set 1 here. So if I print this particular set 1, we can see we are getting the element which is 10 inside of this particular curly brace. By this, we can able to create a set when we have single element. Let's say when we have more number of elements, we can still use this particular curly brace and we can mention whatever the elements that we wanted. I'm mentioning 10, 20, 30, 40. So I will consider this as set 2 here. So if I print this particular set 2, if I execute this, we can able to see we are getting 40 here, 10 here, 20, 30 here. So we can see the difference, right? So if I execute one more time here, so still we are getting 40, 10, 20, 30. So why this is happening is that we have discussed that set does not have any order, right? So we have discussed set is unordered collection, which means it does not follow any order. Though we have created this particular set using 10, 20, 30, 40, when it comes to the result, we are getting 40, 10, 20, 30. We can observe here itself, set does not follow any order. So I hope you can able to understand how we can create the elements using multiple values, and also how this set acts as a unordered collection, which means it does not follow any order that you can see here. So by this, you can able to understand how we can create a set using single element and how we can create a set using multiple elements. So let's say I wanted to create a empty set. How we can do that? We have seen that using these curly braces, we can able to represent the set, right? So let's say if I mention set 3 here, and if I print this particular set 3, if I execute this, we are getting this particular curly brace, and we have just printed this particular values, right? And we don't know these are sets or not. So to know that, we will print the type also. So I am taking a print, I am taking a type. So by using this type method, we can know what type of data that this particular element is having. So I am mentioning set 1 here, and I am printing the type of this particular set 1. And if I execute this, you can see the result. We are having class of set. Don't worry about this particular classes and all. We will discuss all of these classes and objects when we come to object oriented programming in Python. So consider this as a set. So we are getting this particular type of this particular set 1 as a set. So if I print type of this particular set 2 here, so I am taking this type and I am printing this particular set 2, and if I execute this, you can able to see we are getting set here. So if I check this particular type of set 3, so see carefully, we will be getting the different result here. So we were mentioning an empty set here, and we are using this particular set 3 to print, and we are printing the type of set 3. And if I execute this, we are getting different result, which is nothing but dictionary. So dict is representing the dictionary, one more data structure that we have. We will discuss about this particular dict later, but understand we are getting something else here. So we need to get this particular set as a type, but we are getting the dict. The reason is because set and dictionary both are representing with this particular curly braces. There is a difference we will discuss when we go to dictionaries. So one thing you need to consider is that we can mention the elements by separated by comma, that is considered as set. So as we don't have any single element, by default this particular braces is considered as dictionary. That is the one of the important concepts you need to remember whenever you wanted to create an empty set. So we cannot create an empty set by using like this, right? So how can we create an empty set? So for that reason, I am taking set 4 here. What I will be doing is that I will call this particular set method. So by using this set method also, we can able to create set. So now what I will be doing is that I will print this particular set 4, and after that I will print the type of this particular set 4 here. I'm mentioning type, and if I execute this, you can able to see the result. We are getting this particular set method when we print this particular set 4, and after that we can see the result. We are getting set for this particular set 4. So I hope you can able to understand how we can create an empty set by using this particular set method. So by using this set method only, we can create an empty set, not like this, not by representing the curly braces here. We need to represent a set when we wanted to create an empty set. So this is one of the way that we can create using the curly brace when we wanted to create a single element, or when we wanted to create a set with multiple elements. So by using this particular set method also, we can able to create. So by default, when we don't pass anything to this particular set method, we will be getting an empty set, which is nothing but of type set. So let's say what I will be doing is that we can pass any iterable to this particular set, so that it will convert all of the elements inside of the iterable to set type. So let's say what I will be doing is that I will take this particular L1, and in this particular L1 I will consider some elements here. I am considering 1, 2, 3, 4. What I will be doing is that I will consider set 5 here. So instead of this particular set 5, I will take this particular method, and I will pass this particular L1. So L1 is a list, right? So I am passing this particular list to set, because L1 is a iterable, and using this particular set, we can convert this particular L1 and we can create a set of L1 values. So if I print this particular set 5, and if I print the type of this particular set 5, type of set 5. So if I execute this, we can able to see we are getting the set of these values when we have integer, when we have list passing to this particular set method, and the type that what we are getting is nothing but set here. So we are passing all the elements which are unique, right? Let's say if I have the elements, I will take the same example and paste it in a different cell here. So I have all the elements, and apart from that I will have some repeated elements here, 3 4 2, like this we are having some repeated elements. We have 1 2 3 4, and apart from that we are having some duplicate elements. 3 is repeated 2 times, 4 is repeated 2 times, and 2 is also repeated 2 times. And still if I execute this, still we are getting the result as 1 2 3 4. So which means you can observe and understand this result as though we have the elements which are repeated passing to this particular set, but when we are printing that, when we are converting that into set, we are getting the unique elements only. So this is the one of the important thing that you need to consider. So by this you can able to understand one of the way to create set is by passing the iterable to this particular set method. Let's say I will pass one more iterable, nothing but string, right? So I am taking a string, and in this string what I will be doing is that I will take subscribe here. So I am taking this particular subscribe. So I will take set 6 here, and I will pass subscribe string to this particular set. So after that, if I print set 6 here, and if I execute this, you can able to see all these elements are coming as a independent strings, right? So we are getting all of these characters as a single elements. So one thing you need to observe is that the order is not preserved. The order is not what exactly the order that we are passing, right? We are, when we compare this particular subscribe and this particular elements in this particular set, both are not same, because set is unordered collection. We cannot know what order the elements are stored, right? So one more thing you need to consider is that here we are having b is repeated one time here and another time here. B totally repeated two times, but when we comes to this particular set, b is coming only one time, that you can see here. So like this, whenever you are having the elements are repeated, you wanted to remove those duplicate elements, you can pass that object to set, and you can remove the duplicated elements. This is the one of the way that you can remove the duplicate elements. And one more thing you need to consider is that this is the one of the way you can create a set. So this not only happens with this particular set method, we can also do this with this regular method, right? So I'm having 2 3 4 and 2 and 3. So here 2 is repeated 2 times and 3 is also repeated 2 times, right? I will consider set 8 here. So set 7, whatever it is. So what I will be doing is that I will just print this particular set 7. So here we are having the elements 2 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 2 times. I am printing the set 7. Understand carefully by the output. So but still we are getting the elements 2 3 4. So whenever, though you have created the set using all the elements which are repeated, but when we comes to the output, when we comes to the storing of this particular element, how it is stored? By removing the elements only it will be stored. So you can see the output here and you can understand clearly. So I hope you can able to understand how this set removes the duplicates and contains only unique values, and those unique values also not in the order, not in a specific order, right? So I hope you can able to understand that. So that's it for this video. So let us recap what we have discussed in this video so that you can able to understand more clearly. So here we have discussed about the introduction. Here we have discussed set is unordered collection, which means the order that what we are storing is not in a specific order, which resulted we cannot access the elements with indexing and slicing. That we will be discussed more detailedly in our coming videos. Set does not allow duplicate elements. That is seen in our, just now we have seen that set does not allow duplicate values. Heterogeneous elements also allowed. Let us see that one also. I will consider one more set here. I will consider set 8, and in this particular set 8 I will consider some of the elements which are integer type. 2 3 4 are integer type, I will consider a like here, which is of string type. I will consider a tuple, which is having 2, 3, 4 elements. Let's say 3 and 2 elements we are having. So after that, if I print this particular set 8 here, if I execute this, we can see all the elements are coming. We are having 2, 3, 4, we are having like, and we are having this particular tuple. So the only thing is that, let's say, if I put one more like here, so like, so I am putting one more time. This like is repeated 2 times, but if I execute this, we are getting the one time only for this particular like as a output. So whatever the different type of element that we have, but still you cannot consider, you cannot have the duplicate elements. Heterogeneous elements are allowed, duplicate elements are not allowed in the sets. So I hope you can able to understand that. So sets are immutable. Once we have created the set, we can modify the set whenever we wanted based on the requirement. That we will be discussed more detailedly in our coming videos. One more thing we have discussed, one more thing is that we can apply mathematical operations like union, intersection, and difference. So we will be seeing all of these mathematical operations in our coming videos more clearly so that you can understand more clearly. So we have seen one more important thing, which is of how we can create a set. So we can create a set by passing the single element, or we can create a set by having the multiple elements within this particular curly brace. And after that, when we try to create an empty set using this particular curly brace, we are getting dict. So when we wanted to create an empty set, we must need to use this particular set method. And after that, we have seen how to create a set by passing any iterable that we have seen. So we have seen how we can remove the duplicate elements here, and also we have seen how a set can have heterogeneous elements. I hope you have found all of these topics very interesting, and I hope you have found the whole video is interesting, and I hope you have understood this video. So if that is true, hit the like button. Like this, we will be discussing some of the important concepts in our next video. So to stay updated with my latest videos, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications to all so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.